Once I made up my mind to quit race riding, I knew nothing or no one could change my decision. But there was one little horse that made it difficult, and that was Tie the Knot. From the first time I rode him in a Randwick maiden in July, I knew he was something special.
Tie the Knot is getting an inside run if good enough as they top the hill. Stylish Bound immediately under pressure, tackled by Tie the Knot on the inside. Grey Marger is on the outside. Tie the Knot went right through on the fence to hit the lead as they come to the 150. Tie the Knot drew clear of Grey Marger and Stylish Bound, and Tie the Knot is careering away in the...
This horse when you first started to train?
Well, he's a sort of horse naturally. His pedigree, before he even arrived here, you know, you'd be looking forward to getting him. And when we saw him, he's such a magnificent type. Our hopes were reasonably high then, and then of course he showed that he had a great constitution in the stable. He's a tremendous eater, always a character early, and then once he started to show speed, we thought, hello, what have we got here?
Tie the Knot's first win was full of authority, but he still had so much to learn. With Guy's support, my job was to educate him to stay. Now he knows how to switch off in a race, but more importantly, he can switch back on quicker than most.
Greenback's in front, but here's Tie the Knot. Tie the Knot in the red with the white cap has exploded out of the pack. He went past Greenbacks in one stride. Irish Air's right out in the middle of the track. He's getting home strongly. Tie the Knot in front. Irish Air gets into second place, but Tie the Knot is a mile too good and wins the gloaming brilliantly.
Very competitive horse when asked for it, you know, when asked for his effort, as obviously his record shows. But he can be very, very relaxed to the point of being lazy. And he's got more so with age, particularly in his track work. He just does just what he has to. And as you point out, I think he's got a great will to win, but he only does what he has to do. And you can't ever see him winning races by a big margin. I can't. He's only just going to get there. As long as he gets there, Darryl.
As long as he wins, that's all that matters, doesn't it?
My word, yeah.
In my mind, Tie the Knot proved himself worthy of his top shelf billing in last year's Spring Champion Stakes.
Grey Prince in front, Tie the Knot knuckling down, is charging. Tie the Knot is going a shade the better, and Tie the Knot got up to win the Spring Champion Stakes in a thrilling finish.
He's by Nassapur, which means he's bred for ground and will get better with age. He actually reminds me a lot of Saintly, and like the champ, I reckon Tie the Knot can win a Melbourne Cup as a 4-year-old.
Never had a run in the Melbourne Cup, Darren. Closest I got was a horse called Centos a few years ago. He got beaten a couple of heads in the Dalgety, but I never had a runner. Love to have a runner in the Melbourne Cup. Love him to be in the Melbourne Cup. So are the owners, but it's a long way off.
Last season, Tie the Knot graduated from maiden to Group 1 level with relative ease, and there's no doubt he should already be a Derby winner. I'm adamant only Flemington's track bias robbed him of that title.
The Bolter, Second Coming a length in front. Tie the Knot wearing away, but Second Coming's got him beat. Second Coming's going to win the Amy Victoria Derby.
This preparation, Tie the Knot has taken a little while to be fine-tuned, but there's no question he's been set for just one race, the AJC Australian Derby. Anything else, like the Rosehill Guineas, has just been a bonus.
Tie the Knot on the extreme outside is starting to run on well, but Tycoon Lil is a mile in front past the 200, led by about 4 lengths on Tie the Knot getting to second, and Simonet running a mighty race. Tycoon Lil is feeling the pinch. Here's Tie the Knot. He's got the filly. Tie the Knot swoops on Tycoon Lil.
For his last win in the Rosehill Guineas, were you a little concerned about his lead-up runs towards this race, and did you feel that he may not have come up?
Yeah, I was a little bit concerned after the Canterbury Guineas, Darren. I was a little bit concerned then. He appeared a bit disinterested, and I wasn't so concerned about his earlier sprint races. But I think it was probably a combination of things at Canterbury Guineas. It was a bit short for him. Shane didn't know him so well. The race wasn't run to suit him. And I think he benefited a lot from the run.
Like the Master Bart Cummings, Guy takes time with his horses. Even though his team is relatively small, he's one of the most patient and astute trainers in the game. This week, he's also one of the most nervous. How are the nerves, Guy? Walking the box at night? Yourself, not the horse, you.
Yeah, it gets a bit that way, Darren. Yeah, it's a bit nerve-wracking, but that's what it's all about. That's what every trainer dreams of, having a horse like him, so you got to be able to cope with it.
But of course, from the man on board, there's nothing but confidence, and plenty of it. I was no sooner out of the saddle on Boxing Day then there was Shane knocking at Guy Walter's door. He steered him home in the Rosehill Guineas. I couldn't resist a dig. Just thought you were going to just time me run a little bit too late, but you just got there in the nick of time.
Well, I'd watched a lot of tapes this morning of them, and I saw how you found the line very well in the Spring Championship Stakes.
Do you watch tapes, do you?
I watched it,
tapes?
and I thought your ride that day was very, very patient and very good. And I realised, I said, now I've got to do the same as Darren. Do the same. Go out there. Do it, Shane. Be like Darren. And I was.
Well, Shane, I've done my bit. I've warmed the saddle for you. Now you've got control of the reins. All the best for the race. But wouldn't it be nice to see Guy Walter win an Australian Derby? It couldn't happen to a nicer person.
Good story, Darren.
It was, Ken. I had a great time doing it.
I'm sure you did. Now, the big question is, with this heavy track, can Tie the Knot win the Derby?
Well, I think he can. The track's been upgraded here to slow today. There's a good grass coverage. Horses are getting a good footing on the track, and I think that's an importance for the horse.
And how would you ride him if you were riding him?
Well, I just had Shane Dye just come and ask me, you know, would you ride him forward? And he said, you think he'd be able to do it? And I think he would. Horses aren't making ground here today, so I think that's his only option to do is to go forward. Doesn't look a lot of speed in the race, so I think he can go forward and be a good chance.
So that's an exclusive for Wide World of Sports viewers. Watch him cross from the wide alley and go straight up near the lead somewhere.
That's it.
And he'll have the courage, I'm sure, to get him home.
He will. You know, he's a very game horse. He could really come to it at the end of his run in the Derby. He probably wasn't seasoned enough for it in Melbourne in the spring, but 6 months under his belt, I think this will be the turning tail.
Okay, let's look at what price he is on our tote prices. Surprisingly, he's not favourite at the moment. Gold Guru is at $5.70, Tie the Knot at $4. Second Coming at $12.50. Favourite on the tote is Northern Drake at $3.60, Vitronite at $9.90, Pursuits at $11.10, Ildon at $10.90, Irish Air is a scratching, Spying at $22.40, and Bridal Man at $29.50. Avastar $69.20, and Pescadero, another roughie, at $61. To Jim Bell, the former chairman of the Australian Jockey Club. Simon O'Donnell, anything catch your eye?
Yeah, I'm Simon mentioned it briefly. Done that from the Maxi Lee's stable. He's in a bit of form, and Shane Dye on board. I thought she looked particularly well, and I couldn't question what Simon has said about graphics and techniques. They both look particularly well. Yeah, graphics has got 58.5. She's a daughter of Sir Lawrence. Sir Lawrence had the Golden Slipper favourite last week, Laurie's Lottery. And she's out of a mare by Crown Jester, Paint Dress. What's that one trying to go forward there now? I think it's My Halo Broke. Saddlecloth number 3, Stephen King has picked up the mount on her. She's not hopeless either. She's at big odds on the tote, $15, and she's run some good races against some good company. Just nosed out by El Mansur in the Sir Brian Crowley Stakes back here in the spring. If she reproduced that performance, I think she'd go right over the top of these. Right, finally they've got her in. They do a good job, these barrier boys. Just takes now for Stephen King to mount. The starter will mount that stand in front of the stalls, and they'll be on their way. Okay, the race 3, the PJ Bell Handicap, a listed race for 3-year-old fillies. Here's John Tapp.
Ken set for the Jim Bell Handicap, ready to run. Starter onto his stand now. My Halo Broke stepping down in the gates, off and running in the Jim Bell. My Halo Broke and Techniques are away quickly over Snow Beauty, followed by Part 2. Quickly into stride is Owner's Delight. Techniques not too far away. Done that is getting through into a handy posse, followed closely by Flickering Fire, Yellow Star. Graphics a little worse than midfield on settling down, then leg by. A good way back is Venticello, and dropping out last Chanceurs. Over the crossing now, My Halo Broke on the outside and Snow Beauty are going together. Techniques in third place in the white colours with the green cap is out very wide. Even wider is Bruschetta. Part 2 between horses on the fence, Flickering Fire. Then Owner's Delight, followed by Yellow Star. Done that is awkwardly placed coming around the turn, back with her Graphics. Then Chanceurs, Venticello, and leg by as last as they turn. Into the straight, My Halo Broke, Snow Beauty, Flickering Fire getting up on the fence. Techniques is chiming in on the outside, followed by Part 2 and Bruschetta. To the 200, Flickering Fire hit the front. Flickering Fire drew clear of Snow Beauty. Techniques, Yellow Star running on. Flickering Fire clear with 100 to go. Techniques in second place, trying hard. Owner's Delight thundering down the outside, but Flickering Fire holding them at bay. Flickering Fire just in front. Yellow Star lunged. Oh, right on the line, there's little in it. Flickering Fire and Yellow Star put in a mighty lunge and was in front, one stride past the post. Owner's Delight third, then Techniques, Venticello. Done that, never got into it. Followed by Part 2, Snow Beauty, then leg by. Graphics never in the race. A long way back, My Halo Broken, Bruschetta and Chanceurs pulled up with the tail enders.
As you heard John Tapp say, Yellow Star was in front, one stride past the post, but I think you'll find when they hit the line that Flickering Fire, ridden by Jimmy Byrne from Brisbane, has just held her off. That's Flickering Fire in the green with the yellow cap, and diving through in the orange colours is Yellow Star. No, she never got there. And Flickering Fire at big odds on the tote. There she is. She shot away. Yellow Star along the inside is chasing her. The others, Techniques has had enough out in the centre of the track. And widest of all in the white cap is Owner's Delight in the colours of Nassau Lutar. And she's come home to run third. But the numbers are now official, and they are 7, 8 and 17. Flickering Fire first, Yellow Star second. There's the photo finish print. And Owner's Delight, who's not in that print, came down the outside for Kevin Moses. The dividends are 7 Flickering Fire, $25.20 and $6.40. One for the bookies there. 8 Yellow Star at $2.30, and 17 Owner's Delight has paid $13 exactly. Okay, as Flickering Fire comes back to scale, we'll take the opportunity to take another break before we come back with more on the Wide World of Sports.